Now to the Keystone Pipeline and some of its toughest opponents, farmers and ranchers in the state of Nebraska. About 90 landowners in the state are taking a stand against the project. They say it would threaten prime farming and grazing land, something that's very important to Nebraska's economy. President Trump has argued the pipeline construction would bring new jobs. But the whole thing is now in the hands of a state regulatory board. With us now, one of the farmers putting up the fight, Art Tanderup, is joining us now. Art, thanks for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. And
as I understand, this is a very personal story for you, that you own 160 acres of land in the state of Nebraska, which is by most standards a small farm, but it's a family farm that's been passed down through generations on your wife's side. What is your goal here?
Our goal is to keep this pipeline out of the eastern sandhills of Nebraska and off the Ogallala Aquifer. Our premium goal would be to leave the tar sands in the ground and move more rapidly to renewable fuels. Most
people would be devastated if they found out there was going to be a major project like this happening in their backyard. Would you be fighting this aggressively along with these other 90 landowners that are in the path of the Keystone Pipeline? Would you be fighting this as aggressively if it didn't affect you and if it wasn't in your backyard?
Yes, we would. After we learned how destructive the chemicals and the tar sands are, we have come to realize that this type of fossil fuel should not be happening, and it doesn't matter where it's at. We need to look for other sources of renewable energy. We would fight it wherever it was.
Those that support the Keystone Pipeline, like the president, say that this is the best economic and the best solution for the native plants and the animals of these areas, considering it's a lot less dangerous than transporting this fuel by rail. What do you say to that?
Well, I say to that, when something is out of sight and underground, and when TransCanada's fancy detection system doesn't work most of the time, it's much more dangerous because you don't always know when those leaks happen. A year ago, there was a leak discovered up north of Yankton, South Dakota, near the town of Freeman. That leak has probably been leaking for 6 or 7 years because it was a very small leak, and thousands and thousands and thousands of barrels of tar sands and chemicals were leaked in.
But then let me ask you, what's the solution? Because we all want to achieve energy independence in this country, and this was an effort and a step in that direction. How do you achieve that?
Well, first of all, this is an American, this is not American oil, and it is going across America.
But it's coming from Canada rather than the Middle East, would be the argument.
That's true, but it's going across America to be refined and exported, which is not, which is not for America's use. If they do not mix some high-quality crude with this to refine it, the best they get is poor-grade diesel fuel, which we can't even burn in this country.
Well, you are opening the door to so many controversial discussions that would take all day to get there. But we definitely wanted to hear your story. At the very least, this affects you. It runs through your family's farm, through your own backyard, and there's 90 other landowners talking about this. But still, there is fierce thoughts on the other side of this, that this is the best thing for this country. But we love to hear your story as well. Art, thank you.